Graeme, another press conference this week, but it's a bit of a different one. It's a bigger one, FA Cup. But how do you see the whole overall occasion? Is it a bigger occasion than usual?
Yeah, the cup runs are fantastic. We loved every moment of it, and getting a Premier League team away it adds to it. It's like rewards everyone a little bit for the cup runs, the fantastic performance we've had, the wins. So we're looking forward to it, and it's a challenging yourself against the best in the country, so in the world, some of these players. So it's exciting, and like I said, we're going to go there. We're going to enjoy every moment, but we're going to give everything we can to try and get something out of the game.
Just take me back to when the draw was done. I'm guessing you sat in front of your telly at home. What's run through your head when we actually came out first?
I think I just sat down. I got all prepared. The family all sat there, and we're all like a little bit like, right, here we go. And I was like, well, that's a good draw. So no, it was quick. It was out. We were out, like I said, we were first team's game out. So, but no, on reflection, it was a fantastic draw for us, and one like everyone's been looking forward to. I say all the time, the league's the most important. They're the biggest games for me, but this game is a great distraction and great for the club and the fans to go down and enjoy it.
We'll obviously talk a lot about Palace, but I know how much you concentrate on stuff on the pitch. It's been a few days since the game at Exeter at the weekend. Upon reflection, how have you overviewed that, especially coming away from a point at a tough ground with 10 men?
Yeah, you look through the game again. I thought first half again, I thought we controlled the game. We were playing well. Only one team who looked like they were going on to win the game. I think their managers openly said that as well on the first half performance. And the sending off, it changes the whole game, the dynamics of the game, and you've gone from being on the front foot, pushing on to then sitting back a little bit too much and inviting the pressure on. But we dealt with the pressure, and that's one thing, especially going into a game like we're going into next, is we're going to have to defend and be on our toes even more again. Get first contacts when balls come in the box, but then hopefully we can just add a little bit more going forward, and then a little creativity going forward. And you never know, in the FA Cup you might get that chance and you might just take it.
Omar Bogle got 65-70 minutes on Saturday. Obviously he hasn't played a lot of football in quite a while, but how's he been in training this week? And for him, is it just a case of building up those minutes?
Yeah, look, he's looked sharp yesterday in training. He looks fit. He's been training. He hasn't. It's just a lack of games, that's his sharpness. 10 men, lone striker at the time when he had come up. One thing you looked at is you don't want to push too much out of him, and we just get some fresh legs on. We changed it and get a bit more legs up top. So no, he's looked sharp in training yesterday, and like I said, we've got 2 more days build up before the game.
Crystal Palace then, every week when we sit here I always ask you, what do you think of that team? How's the research gone on that team? And I suppose you sit down with Swains and you look at Stevenage versus Exeter last week or whatever. Yeah. How do you sit and analyse a Premier League side when you don't know what changes they're going to make, because they could make a handful, and I suppose there's almost too much footage of them out there, isn't there?
Yeah, look, they've exactly, you can name players who are going to cause you problems and you're going to worry about, but in our league, when you're looking, there's certain 1 or 2 threats you're trying to nullify. They're going to have many more than that, and that's what we've got to be on our game. We're watching. I've been fortunate. I've had friends in the game who at that top level who have passed on their analysis from the Premier League games they've played against. So we've got loads of, like you said, there's loads of footage out there, and there's loads of footage being passed on by contacts in the game, which is fantastic. I think you've got friends in football, but everyone loves a little bit of an upset, and if they can help you out, they will. So we're excited. Look, it's going to be a tough afternoon, we know that, but we're going to go there and give everything we can, and it'll be, like I said, we're going to do it with a smile on our face.
Personally, for you, we're talking off camera about your experience at Selhurst Park. You say you've been there twice and you've been beaten, and once as a player, once as a manager for Borough. You've been beaten twice in the last minute there, both times. But what's it like as a place to go there to a Premier League ground? And I'm guessing, despite the fact you've had them 2 defeats, it's been nothing but good memories. Yeah,
I went as a player and as a coach last season. As a coach, we needed a point to get in the playoffs, and they ended up pipping us in the last minute, and they got themselves in the playoffs. So it was tough, but lovely. The stadium was not many fans there when the 23s but the pitch and what it is, fantastic. And then I played there many moons ago for Sheffield Wednesday. Unfortunately, we lost. I think it was 3-2 in the last minute of the game. Clint Morrison got a goal. So again, but the atmosphere was fantastic there, and it's like I said, the pitch and everything immaculate. So it's they're all games I've enjoyed myself personally, but nothing like going into this game. It's a total different game. This is the FA Cup. This is the Premier League team coming at you, and we're going to give everything we can.
What do you say to our players, especially the ones who haven't experienced it? You know, we've got plenty of lads who have experienced maybe this type of atmosphere before, playing higher up, but lads who never really, you know, played at such a high level. We spoke to Timmy Odessane the other day, who was from Croydon himself. He said he used to go to school and he used to be able to see Selhurst Park from school, and he's dreamt of this moment. What do you say to them type of lads so they almost, you know, just keep calm?
Yeah, look, it doesn't change. Don't change your game for the occasion. We've got to go in now. We've got to have a little bit of belief in ourselves. The challenge is. I remember playing in these type of games when you play in the leagues above, and it's the challenge. You want to rise to that challenge. You know, you've got your concentration levels have got to be right up there. But the belief and not to change anything, not to try and complicate anything. Just play our game, play the game plan, what we want to do, and how you play week in, week out, and hopefully that gets us something if we're all at it.
Is it still a little bit surreal as your first season as, you know, first half season as Hartlepool United manager, that we know we're in the semi-final of the Papa John's Trophy and you're going to be stood opposite Patrick Vieira in the dugout?
Yeah, of course it is. It's been like I said, it's been fantastic since coming in. Did I come in thinking about these cup runs? No, it was the furthest thing from my mind. It was all about the league, coming in, try and get some results in the league. Still is, but these have been unbelievable distraction from the league, and just something where we can all, like I say, we've gone above at every league. I think we've competed against from League 1 to League 2, Championship, and now Premier League. So the challenges have been fantastic and the occasions have all been fantastic. It's hard to even contemplate sometimes, like you go into the Blackpool game thinking like, just hope the lads perform and we can give a good account of ourselves, and you never know. And then you get the results and you're like, oh. So then you go into this game and you look, we've got to give everything we can. We're going to give everything we can, and you never know where that's going to get you. You ride your luck, you have your moments in the game, and big moments in the game. But we're up against an unbelievable talented players and management and team, so it's going to be a fantastic occasion.
I was just about to say that. How do you look at the game? Obviously, I know you always want to win. You always want your team to give everything. It's obviously going to be a very different game to what we usually play in League 2. You know, if you're going to be proud of the lads, whatever happens. But do you have that little, you know, that little inkling, that FA Cup magic in the back of your mind, where you think, you know, if Omar Bogo, for example, has a ball on the edge of the box and smashes it in the net, you know, is that the type of dreams that you have in a few days?
No, I think you can get caught up in that fairy tale, and that's what we all do. You're never going to go into any game of football thinking, no, we can't win this. You never know. You've seen it over the many years of these FA Cup games, upsets and teams from the low beating the Premiership. So look, you never know in football, and that's one thing. We'll be going with that belief that we're going into that game to give everything we can, and if we can get a result out of it, then fantastic.
It's obviously been a busy few days for yourself. We've had deadline day and we spoke just after that. New lads have come in. You know, Joe White came in a few days before that. Bryn Morris, Nicholas's goalkeeper, also came in. How are them lads been this week in training?
Yeah, no, it was nice to get everyone on the training field yesterday together. Tempo, everything was good. The lads slotted in. We've got a great bunch of lads already, and they've come into that. So there's a challenge now. There's a challenge for everyone to be consistently train at a high level, because there's quality coming into the squad and everyone's going to be fighting for the places. So it's good headaches for me, because especially you going into this game, but going into the next few league games, getting the right players on the pitch at the right time to get results.
You're going to be without your captain Nicky Featherstone this weekend and for a few weeks as well due to a suspension. How tough is that decision going to be for you in terms of who comes in to replace him?
Yeah, it's Nicky's. It's a massive shame for Nicky missing out on obviously Saturday, but more importantly the league games. Fortunately, there's a lot of games, so I think it's Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, and we'll have him back. So it's hard. It's like I said, there's players in the squad already been there and busting the gut to try and get in the team, but then I've also brought players in who can play in their positions as well. So we'll reflect on it the next couple of days, and obviously there's Saturday's game first and before we go into the league.
Just injury-wise, I know you won't want to give too much away, but how was the squad looking in terms of this weekend? And obviously Mark McCarver's been injured, but obviously he is cup-tied as it is. How's the likes of Jordan Cook, who obviously we've seen, and the rest of the squad?
Jordan Calves, if the game was both, I think they both would struggle to, Calves is suspended, but he'd struggle if there was a league game. Jordan Cook the same. Unfortunately, Sweens was our biggest concern. He got it looks like he might have done his Achilles yesterday in training, so he wasn't training himself, he just fed a ball in and hit the deck, so he's a concern for us in the sense of the staffing and what he does on the training field. So but as fitness for the lads, they're all fit and ready to go.
Certainly wish Swain's a speedy recovery. Is he likely to travel this weekend? Or
Hopefully we need to find out if he needs operation or not firstly, but if he doesn't get that, hopefully we'll get him on a bus. It's be a crying shame to not get him involved.
I think someone said yesterday that he'd never done this Achilles injury ever in his playing career, and he's just fed one ball in and
just passing the ball in. I thought he must have stubbed his toe or something, and then he went down. He said he's heard a pop, and unfortunately he's got assessed yesterday, and we're trying to get more assessments tomorrow so we can see where he is. But like I said, he's a big part of the squad, a big part of especially the staff in the club, so hopefully he'll be on that bus on Friday for us.
One thing that is for certain is that we're going to see 4,700 plus poolies in that Arthur Wade stand, Crystal Palace. It's one of them goosebumps moment again, isn't it?
Yeah, God, I'm excited. Usually I don't like the warm-ups. I just want the game to kick off. I think we'll absorb every bit of that atmosphere on Saturday, and just going out and seeing the fans, I imagine the noise they'll bring. Not too much because my daughter, my wife and my son are in with them all, but I'm excited to see that, and like I said, my bad.
It's Patrick Vieira on the phone, isn't it?
No, so it's exciting to, like I said, I can't wait to see that atmosphere and what they're going to be bouncing, no doubt.
We've obviously got a quick turnaround as well, because all the stuff about Palace on Saturday, but we've actually got Barrow on Tuesday night, and you spoke so much about your priority of the league, so how much in the back of your head have you been obviously planned and thinking about that?
Yeah, look, I'm already looking at Barrow. As much as we're looking at Crystal Palace, we're looking at Barrow and what to do with team selections, how we're going to go, what we're going to do. That's already in the back of my mind where we want to do. Obviously Saturday is priority at the moment because that's the first game, next game, but then everything swings. Leeds are most important for me.
Just finally, how much of a dream come true would it be if we saw Graeme Lee giving it 3 massive fist pumps in front at Selhurst Park?
Yeah, that'd be some occasion if that happens. So look, we can all dream. If we all think that and see that, visualise it, then you never know.
Thanks very much.